Hi, this video is part one of the two-part series on how to create and manage Microsoft Teams meetings within Schoology. In this part one video, we're going to learn how to create a permanent link in Schoology for your students to use, how to manage the permissions for that link, and how to post it so your students can access it. So we have started here in Schoology, and to get started, I'm going to navigate to the Schoology course that I would like to create my permalink for. So here I am in the Schoology course, and on the left-hand side are all my Schoology course tools. I'm going to scroll down until I find the Teams meeting tool on the left. And I'm going to click on that. Once I click on that, I might be prompted to sign in. So go ahead and click sign in and sign in with your district credentials, email, and password. And once you sign in, you'll be brought to a screen that looks like this that says create meeting link. We're going to go ahead and create the meeting link. Now what we want to do is we'll want to give this meeting a title, and you want to keep this kind of broad because we're going to use the same meeting over and over again. And once we create the title, we can leave the date and time as is, or we can set the date and time for maybe our first class meeting. This here won't matter because we're going to use the same link over and over again. So I'll just go ahead and leave it. Once I'm ready, I'll go ahead and click create. And that will create the link for us. However, we don't want to leave this area yet because we've just created this link here within Schoology. This link isn't out there anywhere for us to retrieve. So we have a few things that we need to change and then before we can leave this. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to configure our meeting options. And you can always come back and change this later, but I'm going to go ahead and click on meeting options here. And it's going to open up a new tab. Our original tab is still there, so we're not losing anything. And once this tab loads, it's just going to show us the meeting title again, the date and time, which again won't matter because we're going to reuse the same link over and over again. And then these are the different settings that you might want to change. You might want to decide who can bypass the lobby. So if we leave it as people in my organization, that means students can join this meeting whenever they're ready. They don't need you there to join the meeting. So we're going to go ahead and change that to only me. So that only you bypass the lobby. In the next video, I'll show you how to welcome students into the meeting from the lobby. These two you'll leave as no, and then the final setting you'll want to make sure to change is who can present. Obviously, we don't want everyone to be able to present. We don't want students to take over their camera or push their screen, so we're going to change this to only me as well. And we'll click save. Once this is done, we can go ahead and close this out, and we are now ready to post this in Schoology. So before we leave this screen here, we need to make sure to click this copy button. If we do not click this copy button, we will have to come back and recreate the link again. So make sure you copy this. And once you copy this, you have two different ways that you could post this to your students. You could use both ways or pick one or the other. The first way is we're going to go into the materials area here, where all of our course materials live, and we can add this material. So we'll click add materials, add file link external tool, and we will add this as a link. And I'm going to go ahead and paste this link in there, and we'll give this a title. We'll just call this class meeting, and we can change this title if we need to. So maybe we want this to be the first day of school. August 10th at maybe 9:30 in the morning is going to be our first meeting date. The only other thing I recommend is turn this off. And we'll go ahead and click add. And I have my the link has now been added, meaning my students can go ahead and access this. The only other thing I might recommend is click and drag this link to the very top of your class, so that meeting is always right there at the top. If I ever want to change this, I can click this gear icon, I can click edit, and we can change this from August 10th and fix our typo to maybe August 11th and save those changes. You'll notice I did not change the link. It's still the same link. It just has a new date on it for the students. So that's one way that I could post this to my class and just change the date as I need to. The other way that I could post this to the class is I can go into the updates area and I can post this as an update. Once I come to this updates page, a text box is going to load here where I can post my announcement. The first thing I might want to do is maybe change the font size and make it bold and give my students some instructions. I could also post some best practices and some things to keep in mind if I wanted to. But once I have my instructions here, I can go ahead and right click and paste in that link. And what's nice about when I paste in the link this way is I get all of the Microsoft Teams meeting options, including that ability to revisit my meetings options. I do have quite a few spaces here that I could maybe clean up a little bit if I wanted to. So I'll just clean that up just a little bit, and then I'm ready to post it. Before I hit post, however, so if I hit post, it will just go into this updates area. I want to make this an announcement so that my students constantly see this. So what I'm going to do is click this little speech bubble, click the little bell icon, then click post. And now my announcement is always here at the top of my course. So wherever my students go, if they go to materials, if they go to gradebook, if they go to any of these tools on the side, this announcement is right here up at the top for them with that link that they can always join. And I can make changes to this announcement, just like we made changes to our link here. I could come back to my update. I could look at my update here, click the little gear icon, click edit, and this is going to open back up. So I could say instead of August 10th, we'll say August 11th. We'll save those changes, and now the directions have updated, and they will update at the top of the course as well. So that's another way that you could post this link as an announcement at the top of the course and just make the changes to the date and time as you need to. Again, we would leave this link alone here. One other thing to keep in mind if you do this announcement is you do have this ability to come back to the meetings options, which is helpful in case you need to make the link more open for a sub or something like that. So that is how you create the link. In the next video, we're going to go over how to start the meeting, how students come into the meeting, and how you can present with your students. Thank you for watching.